everyone, this is Ileana from Cherishurmemories, and I wanted to share with you a little writing tablet, kind of like a folio project that I made. And it's basically using the mini tablets, as you can see here, that you get from the Dollar Tree. And they come with 5, and each little pad has 35 sheets of paper inside, as you can see. And they're super cute, and like to make one little book you would need 2 of them. But this is how they come, and they're wrapped up in plastic when you get them from the dollar store. And let me show you an example here of one that I made here using Christmas. And the little book measures 4.5 wide by 5.5 in length with a 1-inch spine. And to close it, you can have a closure, you can leave it open. Either way, it's sturdy enough that it will stand on its own. I just thought the little seam binding was cute for a little touch here. So this is one of the stickers that were in that paper collection. And it was the, I'll tell you right now, the paper that I use is called the Authentic Tidings paper collection. Oops, sorry, that's my dog. And here's the inside, and here's for the 1-inch spine, so it's patterned paper so it doesn't look dull. And you can actually put a pencil, as you can see, inside there as well. You get one of those smaller size pencils. But it's cute for a stocking stuffer. It's cute for a coworker gift. You know, those little, you could actually make a couple of them and give it to them, like let's say in a basket or whatnot. The possibilities are endless on what you could do with it. And this is one of those that I added some pop dots on it. Here's a little bow here, and then here's the inside on this one. So you can really flap and change them however you want. I'm going to try to make this into a tutorial so that way you can see how it's made. And you basically just need 2 pieces of cardstock to cover the little book. So I guess let's get started here with this. So basically what you need is 3 pieces of chipboard, 2 of them cut at 4 inches wide by 5 inches tall. As you can see here, I have the measurements right there. So you need 2 of those, and then you need 1 5.5 inch long by 1 inch wide, and that will be your spine. And you'll do it just like you do a mini album or a cover for a journal. It's the same thing. Just have them layered out like that onto your paper. So I have already put, for video's sake, adhesive on the back. You could use wet glue, whatever, but you would attach them like so to the paper here. Here's the spine. Then you want to leave, you know, at least a 1/4 inch, I guess you want to call it, a little gusset in the middle, or space, however you want the term, but a little space so that when it does fold, it doesn't rip. It won't be too tight. Okay, and then sometimes if you've done it for a while, you can kind of eyeball it. But you take the tape off, and you lay it down like that. Ta-da! There you go. See here? Alright, so what you want to do is you want to miter the corners here on the sides here with your scissor. Let me back up a little bit so you can see better. So you want to get rid of the 4 corners here, leave a tiny bit at the ends. I'm not a really big measuring person, as you can see if you've seen any of my other videos. I'm not a big measuring person, but you just trim a little bit, because what you're going to do is you're going to bring that in. Get rid of that there. Okay, my chair is super squeaky. Alright, so basically what you're going to do is you're going to put adhesive on the outsides here so that you can bring it in, okay? So let's get that on here pretty quickly here. And then like so. You want to make sure you get it all the way around, like so. Here we have here and here. It's a pretty simple. I made a notebook folio before with a little bit bigger sized notepads, but I find these to be kind of simple and kind of fun to make, and then you can always personalize them however you want. So, oops, couldn't grab that there. So basically what you do is you're going to take the tape off and you're going to fold it. And then you are going to take your trusty best friend here and just kind of flatten it down. Make sure that there's no fluffiness or anything like that. Make sure you take off the rest of the adhesive all the way around and make sure you have a nice tight fold so it stays together, because that's all you need to make a project. And then once you fold it, it wants to fall apart. Don't want that happening. And then fold it in. Get those creases there nice and tight. And here we go here. And fold it in. Oops. And that is okay. There we go. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. There we go. Remember, when you're doing projects, to be honest with you, it's paper. You know, sometimes you have your mishaps, sometimes you don't, sometimes it comes out perfect. No one ever knows. But there's never truly a mistake when you're working with paper. But here you go. Ta-da! Ba-ba-da-da. Alright, so there we go. So here's our white cover, as you can see here. Get a little closer now. Okay. So then what we could do is we're going to put tape on the way around on this side, and you just basically need to use your best double-sided tape. For this Y side roll, I am using, I'll tell you right now what the name of this is. I actually got it at a convention. It's called the BAZIC Products. It's pretty heavy duty, if I say so myself. Now mind you, I am a score tape fanatic. I love myself some score tape. But when you hit up one of these conventions, sometimes they have this tape. Are you ready for this? 3 to 5 for $10. I know, crazy, right? Yeah. And sometimes you just can't pass up that kind of deal. So here we have here. So now it's gonna be good covered inside. Sorry, got off camera for a moment there, wasn't paying attention. Grab the corners here, and that leftover tape there, knock that out. There we go. Okay, get that off the way. Okay, so what we have here is adhesive all the way around, and what we want to do is we're going to take the adhesive off, because you are going to put your white paper on there and cover up all this excess. Okay, and then what you'll be doing after that is you'll cut the ends off. And if you don't understand, I'll explain. So we'll come over and we'll grab the white paper, flatten it down on it. Ta-da! As you can see here, let me back up some. Okay. So then we're going to trim the outsides here. Basically, any mistakes that you may have done inside when it came to cutting the, you know, folding and cutting the paper, you won't be able to tell, because this will cover it inside and make it look pretty neat and clean. Okay, now when you are getting ready to cut your pattern paper, you can cover the inside, or you could leave it solid white depending on how you want it done. Remember, this is always to your liking. So okay, and here we go. Let me clear some of my mess off here for a minute. Take some of this paper off. Okay. So now we are left with this here. You want to make sure that you get in the middle, and you get in the middle, and you once again fold, and once again fold. And there we go. Now you have your book. Okay. So the insides, I have a paper here, cardstock, so you can see. The insides is 3 3/4 wide by 5 1/4 long. So it fits with a border on the outside of whatever cardstock you chose to make your book with. And then your spine will be 3/4 wide by 5 1/2 long, as you can see here. So this will be your spine. See? So that's how it goes here. Okay, so for video's sake, I went ahead and I cutted the spines, and I cutted the outsides here, but the insides I plan to leave white for now. So what we're gonna do is, instead of getting anything else done first, hold on. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, I prefer using the wet glue for the back here. I find the wet glue is really good to use for gluing the pads down. Sorry. Okay, so we wanna, and thinking truthfully, you really don't need a lot of wet glue because this stuff is pretty strong. And my preference is that art glitter glue. Oh my gosh, can it hold? So here is one. Now, if you were going to use, wait a minute, seam binding, you would attach the seam binding here and one here, that you would put it underneath this, if you get what I'm trying to say with that. So it would lay flat right underneath this notepad. Take a little rag, clean any excess. I love the fact that it dries clear, so any mistakes, you don't even see nothing. And then you do the same for the other side. Just make sure you have enough glue on the edges, because you want to make sure that you get the edges. That's the most important thing, or else it will start coming up. Ta-da! Okay, and you want to make sure that it's as even as possible. Ooh. That it is as even as possible. So, this looks about right. Maybe a little bit higher there, and there we go. Lay it down. Clean any excess on the outside, just like you did on the other one. And ta-da! There we go. Our booklet in the middle is done. Now remember, like I said, excuse me, the seam binding would be coming out of here, okay? Just like I did in this one here. Okay? So then, let's get a little closer. Here we go. So here we go. Here is our, and you know, you can use any kind of ink that you want. I'm just grabbing a little bit of black here and rubbing on the ends here, as you can see. Try to get someone on camera there, and just get a nice little distress here on the ends, and then make sure you get a good coating and get the middle. There we go. Okay. And then you do the same with your covers. Usually I would have inked this off camera, but I wanted to just show you, you know, kind of like the process in its entirety, to be able to do it. And then here's the front. So you have your border around. And the glue is forgiving, so if you need to move it up a little bit before it dries, you can. Let's do the back. In the back we can possibly do stars, or we can leave it this way. I'll leave it this way and then put the stars for the spine. I think that'll look kind of cute. But you can mismatch papers. You can, it doesn't have to be for Christmas. It could be for any type of, you know, anything you want it to be. Here. Okay. There we go, right here. Okay. So here's your front, here's your back. Open that up real quickly and let's get our spine. And before you know it, we just have to decorate. Oop, wrong way. Decorate. So here's our spine here that I'm inking up. Right here. So we just want to ink it up real quick. I'm using a Stampabilities. I think this is from Hobby Lobby. Just get a couple of these little black ones and I love them. And I like them once they kind of frizz out for a little bit, because it kind of leaves it not so dark. It's more of an off black, I guess you want to call it. Okay, so then here is our spine here. You want to make sure it's evened out. You can make your spine fatter, you can make your spine thinner. I like this size with the white around it. But here we go. And you can perfect it any which way you want. Don't forget, like, there's no mistakes when you're working with paper. It's my opinion. But, because as long as everyone knows you made it with your two hands, it's special. You know? So here's a sticker from the paper pack. Even that out. See here. And look, truthfully, look how easy it comes together. You know, I mean, just add on an extra maybe 10 minutes to cut out all the papers. But look how easy that came together. Now, if I had stuck the seam binding, it would have been seam binding covering it. I have the this is the sticker, the stickers for this paper pad. So let's say we could use, I have here good tidings and good cheer. So we can put here good tidings, and we can put on the other side good cheer. A little bit lower. Good tidings, good cheer. Ta-da, look at that. See what you could do? The thing is, I think with one paper pad you can do a good amount of them and still have lots of stickers from the collection that you can put here and there in different little places. I think it's really cute. I think maybe we can even put believe here on the bottom. I think that will look cute. And then I always like to put a little sticker on the back. Wishes. I find that to be cute. See, you could put something here. Here's a little cover here. I'm thinking of possibly adding maybe a little bit of bling on each side. Not sure yet. But see, I just wanted to share with you guys how to make it simply. It doesn't take a lot of work. Sorry if I talked too much during the video, but I just wanted to kind of explain what was happening. But I thank you. I thank you for watching my channel. I thank you for following me. And if you want to show me your little creations, I'd be happy to see them. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will have your sizes in the description box, okay? Alright, you guys, take care and have a great night.